everybody, welcome back to Snack Testers, your favorite snack testing program. Now, obviously, there's somebody missing here. As I said in the previous episode, Biggs will no longer be a part of this show since he refused to drink all 12 energy drinks mixed together. So, for this episode, I'm replacing him with this Eggy I found. What's your name? Well, he's about as responsive as Biggs usually is.
Who the hell is this guy? Are you filming Snack Testers? What are you doing?
He's replacing you!
Really? Look at this guy. Come on.
I think he's a good fit to replace you in every aspect.
He's not even big. He has to be big to be Biggs, man. Come on.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to sit on him. I don't know how we're editing that one. Well, everybody, a lot of comments said our last video was a little bit childish. Oh, you're putting memes in the video. You're drinking energy drinks. These fucking pansies, Biggs. How can we prove to them that we are hardcore, edgy, misogynists, gamers?
Wait a minute.
Well, the only way I think is to taste test 8 different $10 or less gas station wines and introduce a brand new guest star, Mr. Eggy Eggington.
You know what? I mean, part of me would say that you might have had gone for like the bottom shelf whiskey, because I think, but at the same
That's
time,
the next episode.
At the same time, as a man who has always been very familiar with being homeless, you know what? You just can't beat some good gas station wine. And I'm hoping today that I can find some new things to add to my palate for the next time I'm out, you know, with those nice Wonder Bread bags around my feet and looking for something to numb the pain.
Well, let's begin with, which one were you sipping on in the opening? This one? This Riscotto Sweet Red, I did cheat. This is not from a gas station. This is from Sam's Club. This is my favorite cheap, like $9 wine, and I thought, let's start with this one, so then the garbage, you know, we can compare it to something I actually like. You guys getting any bouquet from this shit?
Yeah.
Smells good.
It does. It smells a lot like communion wine, which is the only wine I ever drink, and that's fine wine.
Every Sunday morning?
Mm-hmm.
Well, bottoms up, boys. Let's see if my palate is correct.
You're coming in with a bright citrus. You got some berry in there, some floral notes, some rosy notes, and it's got a fruity finish. And I gotta say, you can't really go wrong with that. Me, I don't much care for wine, so I might about to be punished terribly through this endeavor. But that is a fine drink, I would say.
No, I'm not big into wine either, but I kind of like this stuff, and I even drank this in the most recent Monkey's Mailbag episode. Just because it's $9 for a pretty big bottle of booze, and if you want to get drunk and you want it to, you know, I don't want to mix in like all this fucking Coca-Cola and shit. I can just drink this straight from the bottle. And the most important thing about wine for me is that it's drinkable. And this is something that I'm not gonna take a big chug and like, you know, gag because it tastes like fucking putrid rat piss. It's so incredibly drinkable. What about you, Biggs?
Yeah, so I probably have like a super amateur taste palate when it comes to wines, but for me, all of the good wines taste basically like grape juice.
Yeah,
and
I think that's how they should taste.
All the bad ones are like bitter and dry, and somehow after taking a drink of something, my mouth is dried out. And it's just not a good flavor, but this one, like I said, tastes like grape juice, and I like grape juice, so
for doing the tier list, I'm going to throw this bad boy high A, low S as far as gas station quality wine goes. What about you guys?
Yeah, it's a heavy hitter, absolutely. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to yet, but it's definitely a strong starter right out of the gate. I'm putting my money on Riscotta Italia, if you ask me.
Yeah, I can go with an A.
Let's try a little bit of what my mom likes to call a boxed wine, Biggs.
Now, I've heard some bad things about boxed wine, so I'm not looking forward to this.
Well, here we have the Vendanji Cabernet Sauvignon. Do you speak fucking French? What the fuck does that say?
I'm not sure about the first one, but it's Cabernet Sauvignon, I think.
See, it's got this big red V on there. My first thought is V for Vendetta, but it kind of looks like those old arcade games where you'd be like flying the spaceship or you're doing the 2D scroller. If you saw like this V triangle like floating around, I think it really stands for very violent. It's just got this red thing going on. It's very pronounced. It's got the gold finish. I think it's gonna do something violent to my taste buds. It's gonna have a vendetta against my palate. We're gonna find out.
Like I was gonna say though, like usually when I hear about box wines,
You think of a sad 40-year-old cat lady?
well, not only that, it's like people compare it to like buying the big $6 things of vodka. You know how horrid those taste for vodka?
Like the Hawkeye brand vodka?
Hawkeye.
Fucking dog shit.
So it's like, I've heard the same kind of thing about boxed wine being the same.
All right, I'm very deep red on the color. Let me get a little.
It says that it's supposed to be rich and bold with notes of black cherry and toasted oak. Did you read that already?
I'm getting a similar nose on this one to the previous, but this one seems a little harsher. A little stronger.
Let's see if I can taste that toasted oak.
Mm-hmm.
This one's really bitter.
Yep.
This one's really bitter.
It's like they took the other one and mixed it with Drano.
No, the toasted oak is pretty strong. It tastes
not
like
good.
it kind of tastes like you took the other wine and you burned it on the stove.
Yeah. They attempted to reduce it for a recipe.
It tastes like you accidentally took a drink of the other wine and then breathed in a campfire. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, that's really good.
But like a really old campfire that a homeless guy took a shit on.
That might be what you're around if you're drinking this.
Yeah, this is, I'd say this is not good.
How much was that for that little thing?
This is like $5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather just get the other one for $9, honestly.
The V for Vendetta Cabernet Sauvignon. If you just took out the burning campfire taste, you know what? I think it would be perfectly good, but maybe that's part of the appeal to somebody. Not for me.
Yeah, the way I do the tier list is that C tier is just completely unoffensive and average. This is actually hazardous to my taste. I'm going to drop that bad boy in D tier for the time being. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'll agree with D tier.
It's, I'm coming back to it. I mean, if you want your wine to have a taste like you're inhaling cigar smoke, if you just really hate yourself, you know, you might put this one a little bit higher, but yeah, I'm definitely going to put it down in the D territory, I would say.
Next up, we have Prairie Moon from. Is this from a local winery? Did you say,
I think
Biggs?
this one was from Ames, right?
Which is where we're at right now. It's the Honeymoon Grape Table Wine with honey added. Sounds pretty good to me. That's what I want from a wine. Honey and grape.
No burned wood, from what I can hear.
Well, this one's giving a little fizz, which the other ones did not. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I guess we're about to find out. But it does have a nice grape color for sure.
And it smells like that Welch's grape juice.
Yeah, it smells. It has on the nose. It's definitely just a standard grape wine on the nose. A fermented grape juice will give that exact nose right there. So let's see what it do.
Yeah, that just kind of tastes like old grape juice.
Yeah, it's not as offensive as the last one. I could actually probably finish drinking that bottle, but I don't like it. It's not sweet in any way.
Yeah,
maybe I just like the sweet wines the
I'd
best.
probably say C tier.
Yeah, I was going with C too. What do you think of it, Eggy?
Well,
I guess we'll see.
it's very bright on the palate to me, but at the same time it's a little airy. But it's not bad at all necessarily either for a table wine. I think that there's nothing too dense or offensive to it. I would probably give it like maybe a high C, low B.
Let's move on to something that I'm interested in. I found this at a Route 66 gas station. It's a cupcake. Cupcake Vineyards. Oh, I thought it was going to be cupcake flavored. Is it?
I've actually heard good things about this, and it is also Moscato, which is one of the sweeter wines.
What does Moscato mean?
I think it's the type of grape, maybe? I could be completely wrong on that.
Is this supposed to taste like a cupcake, or is that just the name of the
I
company?
think it's just the name of the company, but maybe.
That's lame. I was hoping
But
for a
usually
cupcake
Moscatos
wine.
are very sweet, and they taste a lot more like juice.
Oh, this smells like cat piss. Oh my god. Do I have the bad cup, or does it smell bad? Is this the shit cup from last time?
Let me get a little nose here. Oh,
Does that smell?
It smells significantly of cat piss.
Oh my fucking god, that's dog shit. Or I guess cat shit. Oh well,
I mean,
maybe it'll taste better than it smells.
Let's hope. Cheers, friends.
Tastes better than it smells for sure.
Yep.
It tastes like I didn't really get anything out of that.
Yeah, it is wholly inoffensive, but really it's not much of anything, really.
Yeah, it's like a watered down.
It's actually incredible
grape.
that it smelled so badly and tastes so minimally of anything.
It reminds me of like if you poured yourself a glass of like white grape juice with some ice and then like you drank all of it and like the ice melted at the bottom. That's what that would taste like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of alcohol, that's that's pretty good. Something that tastes slightly like a real drink and not poison.
It's basically like the LaCroix of wine.
Yeah, I'd probably put that in like a B tier because I like it better than the last one. Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's also 9.5% alcohol. So I guess if you ever want to drink anything that tastes much of nothing but has a solid alcohol content, your Cupcake Vineyards Moscato, it's got you covered.
Yeah, I've had 9% beers that just taste like fucking horrendous. And like nothing but alcohol, but I don't taste any alcohol in that at all.
Yeah, I guess I would place this higher than the last one, so high C. So,
well, I've got it at low B. He's got it at high C. It's up to you, Eggy.
I mean, I would say a C on it just because I think personally I felt that the Prairie Moon had just because it did have a little more flavor to it that I enjoyed. I would give it maybe, like I said, a high C versus this one. It's just so devoid of anything good or bad in my opinion, except for being an inoffensive alcoholic drink that you could probably put down pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to give it a C, I think.
Okay, lands in C. Let's move on to the other boxed wine.
oh boy. Can you pronounce this one?
Yeah, Black Box Premium Wines. It's fucking standard English, Biggs. It's not that
What
hard.
about that right there?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
For those out there paying attention, that means it's the same type of wine, I guess, as the last box wine, which does not bode well, but let's hope we'll remain optimistic and hashtag white-pilled about it.
Well, this is a 2020 wine from Chile.
Oh.
You ever been to Chile, Biggs? You look like you have been.
I have not.
Rich aromas of dark fruit, complemented by a deep, lush body.
Ooh.
The finish is soft and long with lingering notes of berry. I think that's their way of, polishing a turd, maybe. It does have more of an alcohol scent than the other ones.
Well, yeah, it's got the harsher nose, but I am definitely getting more of a berry on the nose compared to the last one. It's still heavy and a bit harsh on the nose, but let's see here.
Nope. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Well, it definitely to me is at least better than the other box wine.
Yeah. I would agree.
And it is falling below the actual bottled wine though to me.
Yeah, it has a stronger alcohol taste, but not so bad that I can't just chug it down. So it is drinkable. It passes the Mumkey drinkable wine scale, but on that note, I'd probably put it at C- tier. It's not enjoyable in any way. It's just drinkable.
It's high D for me.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a D.
I can't believe you're at Route whatever. What was it? Route 69?
Route 66?
66?
What, you really thought there was a gas station called Route 69?
There is not a gas station, but it's a vape shop my brother used to go to.
Called Route 69?
Yeah.
Okay. This one horrifies me because it's the biggest bottle by far, but it was also the cheapest one. This big bad boy was $6. For something that's twice as much liquid and half the price as the other ones, it's got to be 1/4 the quality, I have to imagine.
I think it might be a big vat of Kool-Aid mixed with hand sanitizer.
You might be right about that.
It's much lighter on the nose than the boxed wines, absolutely. And in fact, Moscato for that matter, but... Cheers.
Oh wow, that's surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a pink lemonade thing going on almost.
Yeah. For me, it almost reminds me of the other one where it's the watered down juice. It's almost like a watered down fruit punch.
Yeah. It has a good citrus on the back end. It's got my mouth watering a little bit.
Does it have the alcohol content on here? Or do we have to download that? Oh, it's 10%. Wow. 10%.
Wow. I see why homeless people love it so much,
Yeah, if we were praising Bang for its nutritional content and value, the fact that this is the biggest bottle by far for $6 and it tastes good and it's 10% alcohol, I mean, that's pretty impressive to me, to be honest. And I did get this one at Sam's Club too, so I think other people could find it if they wanted to.
Yeah, sort of how I think the other one that I noted the citrus notes on was the first one that we had that was also from Sam's Club. It kind of has citrus on the front end, whereas this one is just, it's very smooth and it kind of has like a little bit of like a citrus that gives the taste buds a little, you know, gets them alert, and I like that. Yeah, it's not the kind of the death sentence from the boxed wine on the taste buds. It's more of like an alertness kind of thing going on. So
yeah, I think in terms of overall value and flavor, I would give this one A tier. What about you guys?
I was thinking high B, so yeah, I guess A makes sense.
I would say just off of the note, off of the drinkability, I mean, it's definitely, I would say on that note, a B tier, but the fact that it's also got a good alcohol content to it without being offensive, and you get such a bang for your buck, I mean, this one is probably darn near the star of the show, I think, with all those factors being considered.
Yeah, if you're gonna, you know, you're gonna go visit your parents and you want to bring them a bottle of wine and you're a cheap ass and you also want to get drunk because you hate your parents, I mean, I would say get yourself a big bottle of this, gift it to them, and then chug it all night.
Yeah.
And they'll probably enjoy it too. We've got 2 left, plus...
No. We have to. We
do have to. Eggy, do you know what we have to do after these 2?
Don't tell him until it's time if he doesn't
I think he might know.
Well, if I had to guess, I'm going to presume that we're having a lovely cocktail featuring several blends of the finest gas station beverages that money can buy.
And let's see it rank higher than the fucking boxed one. This is Chateau Slay Michel. Wow, he named it after his girlfriend Michelle, who is also a house. Vintage 2017 Riesling Columbia Valley 100% Vinifera rootstock.
Well,
Hi there. Let's check the nose.
the smell at first smelled like coolant, like
Yeah.
radiator coolant.
Not good.
It smells like God, what's that smell? It's like the inside of new shoes. That's what it smells like.
Oh yeah.
It smells like the inside of a new shoe. That's so on point, I tell you. Anyways,
It does not taste like radiator coolant.
Why, have you tasted it?
I have.
Oh, it does kind of taste a little bit like the inside of a new shoe.
It does have like a weird like new fabric kind of taste. If that makes like imagine like he's saying a new shoe but in your mouth. Like
Yeah. It tastes like how a new shoe smells, and that sounds terrible, but it's inoffensive. It's
Don't
not,
people enjoy the smell of a new shoe?
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
It's got. I guess maybe this. I have no idea where that could possibly. What's in this? What's the hint supposed to be? White peach. Well, subtle mineral notes. Floral.
They're
aromas.
minerals, Marie.
I thought they
So,
were rocks.
actually, yeah, maybe. Do new shoes have like silica gel packets?
Probably.
Actually, yeah, I think they do. They come with silica packets.
It just has. It's got like a factory fresh kind of manufacturing. I don't know. It's the minerals. I don't know what's in it, but hey, minerals got to be good for
They
you,
like
right?
squeeze out the soles for the shoes, and this is the liquid that goes down.
You guys are making it out to be way more disgusting than it is. I think it's drinkable, inoffensive, basic C tier.
Actually, well, I mean, other than the weirdness of that, the peach and the fruity notes to it are actually pretty good. It's just that I don't know what is that. It's just weird flavor. Hopefully, somebody that watches this video could tell us. But
Oh yeah, I'm sure we have a lot of wine connoisseurs in my audience.
I gotta say, I mean, I would give it at least a high C. I think it's the only thing that takes it down is I just can't quite place that weird taste. But otherwise, it's inoffensive for sure. The smell is not offensive at all, and it's got that nice fruitiness to it. Very drinkable. It's just like it's got that little hang up. So I might have to give it a high C, low B, somewhere in that range.
What are you thinking, Biggs? It's up to you. Is it C or B?
Not that it tastes like high C, but I'll give it a high C.
Yeah,
So we're dropping that bad boy in C tier.
I think that's good. Yeah.
We've got one final wine. This is probably what your mom actually drinks. I know my mom drinks this barefoot shit pretty
Does that
often.
say buttery?
Yes, I found at the Come and Go, which if you're not from the Midwest, we do have gas stations called Come and Go, spelled K-U-M for some reason. Very strange. But Barefoot I know is a very famous brand of cheap gas station wine. This is a buttery Chardonnay from California, and that is refined as maybe Chile, but...
I'm not looking forward to this. A buttery wine.
Biggs, you ate a stick of butter on the wheel of cursed meals. You love butter.
I couldn't complete it. That tells you that I don't.
Well, the thing that really makes an entire stick of butter come together is a little seasoning. I'm saying a little bit. You go to the store, they have this stuff. It's like, it's poultry seasoning. It's what you put on your turkey in Thanksgiving. You put a little bit of poultry seasoning. It's got the best herbal blend. You'll be able to put down a stick of butter in no time, I tell you.
You can do that at the state fair when we go on Monday.
Oh, I will.
Deep fried stick of butter on a stick.
Just put the popcorn seasoning on the stick of butter.
Oh, what is it? Am I getting some banana on this?
Banana butter.
I think that's like the first thing I got there was it's like a banana. So somebody should really like that around here. Well, let's see.
I do get hints of butter.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's almost like they melted down a stick of butter and mixed in some booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it might just be wine in general, but I'm getting that same watered down flavor again, where it's like you had some vodka on the rocks with like a stick of butter melted in it, and then you drank it all, and there's water condensate at the bottom. You just drank that. That's what that is.
I guess to me, in that regard, when you say it like that, it kind of has almost like if you open a can of cheap beer and you let it sit out for like a day, because it's got this sort of like, it comes in just very like not a whole lot going on, and then it kind of like it's like falling downstairs. It's got like this like kind of like this staleness going on. It's like a stale, bittery, staley kind of like. It definitely tastes to me like the beer you wake up the next morning after the party and you're like, oh, let me finish that last swig. That's what I'm getting off this.
It's like day old natural light beer right after you eat some buttery toast.
Actually, like a like a day old natural ice or natural light. Yeah.
I know that some wines are best paired with certain kinds of food, and I feel like this butter wine, like if you got maybe like a Walmart lobster in a landlocked state that was like, pre-killed lobster, it would pair well with this fucking buttery ass, stale beer garbage. So if you're having like a redneck fancy dinner at the trailer park, you can go get your Walmart lobster and your barefoot butter wine.
I would say, I think with that last one, I think it would be well to do with an acidic dish like a bright salad, or if you did have seafood with a heavy amount of citrus alongside it, that might kind of pair. It still wouldn't be my first choice, but if you're a wine drinker, I feel like an acidic, bright meal to go along with that would maybe sort of take away some of that sort of the flatness of that particular wine.
As for the tier list, I'm thinking like C- to D+. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm going with D.
I would agree with that, yeah. I'd give it like a low C, I think, yeah.
So lands in C.
Well, we have one drink left. It is now Snack Tester's tradition that when we have a tier list of items, why not end the show with mixing them all together?
Not tier list of items, tier list of drinks. We're not doing this with food.
What if we try every Starburst flavor? You don't want to mix all the Starburst together in a giant glob?
If you want to do a Starburst Snack Testers, I will 100% eat them all at once.
With the paper on them?
Yes.
Extra fiber, digestion.
I can't say I haven't done that before.
I'm just curious to see which of the wines here will kind of punch through, because we know that the lower rated ones had the most like kind of horribleness, and everything else has been like, oh, this is pretty smooth. So that makes me feel a little worried that, but I don't know, with enough dilution of other flavor, maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised with something that we're just not expecting.
We were pleasantly surprised with the energy drink one.
Okay, but think of it this way: the ones that we liked the most had the least amount of flavor.
I want to point out, just look at how like one little drop of the box wine immediately converts it.
It makes the whole thing the same color.
Yeah, the ones we liked the most had like the lightest flavors, so I think the ones we don't like are going to really shine through.
I'm afraid you might be right, Mr. Bigsington, but I'm willing to just see how we end up. this one right here, that first one, it kind of had some good flavor to it.
Should we have a contest to see who can empty their glass first?
Well, it's a small enough amount of liquid. I think we all probably could. I don't know
if I'm gonna be able to finish all of this, depending on how it tastes.
I didn't even finish the energy drink.
Yeah.
I felt my heart beating out of my chest. I thought I was gonna die.
Now, Biggs is under the impression that he's driving home tonight. You want to explain to the audience maybe your thought process on that, Biggs?
Well, you said before that we're gonna do a sip of each. I forgot about this whole shit.
We are recording Wheel of Cursed Meals for tomorrow. Biggs, why not just stay the night instead of drunk driving like a fucking mom after a dinner party?
After I chug this thing, of course I'm not going to.
Oh, good.
But we had like a tiny bit of each. Like that wasn't gonna do anything, but this.
Oh boy, let's get a nose on it here.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't smell anything that bad.
I don't like it.
Well, I can tell that the bad, like the harsh scents are sort of trying to push through this.
With a sad little twang.
Yeah,
honestly, it doesn't smell that strong to me, and it has some strong.
Big's going in. I'm going in. Let's go.
God damn it! Why is it always so good? This is pretty fucking good.
Holy shit! He loved it.
Am I crazy to say B tier off the bat? I could chug this all night.
Well, I mean, yeah, actually, because it's not even neutral. It seems pleasant.
Why is mixing a bunch of drinks always good?
Yeah, because you're getting I tell you what, the harsh boxed wine is it's at like a 5%. You can feel a little bit of it in the back end, just a tiny little bit. But so much of the good citrus. It's kind of like, we had a few of these ones that were seed. They're like kind of just very neutral. And so I guess it could be flipped either way, but they just so happen to be flipped in the right direction.
Yeah, and it's more sweet than it is bitter for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the ones that had the really subtle flavors amplified when we put them together somehow. And like a lot of the citrus ones, it was kind of really slight in the flavor, but when you added them together, it amplified that citrus, so it really shined through in this one. Whereas I thought the box wine was just going to ruin it.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Well, so we're dropping this bad boy in B tier then?
Yeah, just as soon as you finish that.
No.
You said chug!
I said first one to finish. You already won. Congratulations, you are winner. Now,
what do I win? A night at your house for free?
And Eggy gets the good couch, so you get to sleep on the floor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bigsington, but it was a first come, first serve scenario.
Yeah, you should have been here yesterday, fucker. Well,
wasn't he here yesterday?
He was here yesterday. I guess that is it for the gas station wine taste test tiered list. Boys, I think we had a splendid time. We finally got some classy content on this channel. What's classier than a wine tasting after
That's
your
right. That's for rich
energy
people.
drink? That's right. This is the richest video I've done in ages. It cost me at least $80.
It's just sad that we're ending on such a sad note. Look at these unfinished glasses over here.
Not everybody's as powerful as you, Biggs. You have a power level over 9,000.
I was told that Eggy is able to do anything as far as in taking things into his body, so he was the declared winner for tomorrow.
I mean, that's true. All right, you make good fair points. So that's very true.
There we go. Peer pressure at its finest.
So I get last place in the wine drinking competition.
And
yeah, we're actually kicking you out of your house.
God
we're
damn it.
We're just gonna live here
yeah,
now.
Not again.
You lost your spot here.
Well,
no, I'm sleeping in your bed.
So next episode's gonna open with you two sitting on this couch, and then I have to run in and get pissed. Okay, well I guess that's the new storyline of Snack Testers. I've been kicked out. Goodbye, everybody.
The new lore. Well, you gotta leave your lab coat here. You've been dethroned.
Wow, you gonna put this on?
I don't think I want to put that on. It's pretty sweaty.
Well, I'm done. You guys gotta end the fucking show.
Until next time, my loyal snack testing army, I will be here whenever you need me to provide the best, most accurate, and informative reviews of all gas station fare on this side of the Western Hemisphere. Cheers. Many blessings upon your family and loved ones. Take care.